Do it.
Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 80. I have no idea. I'm joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro. What happened to... There we go. Wait, back. There we go. Or not. Maybe...
What are you doing?
Trying to play the intro and nothing's working. Why can't I hear my own... Oh. No. Yep. That might, that'll fix that issue.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. And they're always glad you came.
These podcasts are broken down into four parts.
8 parts. 8 parts.
4 parts. First we have how our weeks have been, followed by the news, followed by your comment, followed by a random fourth topic that I thought I had an idea for, but now I can't remember. Anyways. So, what have you been doing the past week?
Work.
Anything eventful?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing the past week?
Work.
Same here.
Oh, we went to Friend.
What?
We went to Friend.
You did? Oh yeah, that was this week.
You don't remember? I mean, you were asleep
My weeks blur together.
You were asleep for like 90% of the trip, so.
I was tired.
Actually, Friday night is supposed to be clear. I know you won't be able to join me, but I will be maybe doing something. I have no idea yet. I haven't decided yet. Haven't decided if I'm going to go out to my parents or if I'm just going to stay home and play Ark.
Yeah.
Ark sounds really good compared to burning gas.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. It's
Why?
free. And
You can burn gas for free.
How?
What? Do you have to pay money to start your truck and burn gas?
Yeah?
No. You have to what? You have a coin slot to start your truck and burn gas?
To get the gas in the truck, you have to pay.
No. We're not talking about filling up. We're talking about burning gas. You can burn gas all you want for free. It's when you have to refill up that's the problem.
Okay. That's
the point I'm trying to make. Burning gas
Using my
free.
truck, in any sense of the term,
is free. You don't have a coin slot.
It feels like I'm burning money because I put the money into getting the gas, and now it has to run off of the money.
That's after the fact, though.
I see it as before the fact.
You've already paid. Ergo, you're not burning more money. You've already paid.
Okay. The more gas I use that isn't just from work to home or work, grocery store, home, is gas that I otherwise wouldn't have had to burn.
Yes.
And therefore, money I wouldn't otherwise have to spend. Because now I'm going to have to refill up faster.
What? Yes.
Now I have to refill up faster, which means I have to spend more money.
In the future, but not at that moment of time.
I do not discount the future like most of humanity. There's a whole thing in public policy about future discounting. And unlike the rest of society, I do not discount the future.
Why?
It's the future. It
hasn't happened yet.
I don't care. See, As where the rest of society seems to think that, oh, it's the future. It hasn't happened yet. Who knows what
Exactly.
could happen? I'm like,
Exactly.
yes, but I could do my best to make sure that I get the best future possible. And the best future possible
No.
is to burn the least amount of gas possible.
Nah.
It's good for my wallet. It's good for future children. It's good for the planet. All of
Eh.
eh. Where do you sit on this?
I don't know how to spell it.
Where do you sit on this?
Oh well.
What do you mean, oh well?
That's where I sit. It's like, oh well.
So you heavily discount the future.
Hasn't happened yet. Don't care. I'm not going to stress about something that hasn't happened yet.
Says the man who studied for tests.
Yeah, and but I needed it. That's where I learned.
That hadn't happened yet, so what was the point?
Exactly. That's why I realized after the fact. No, I'm saying that's
It
what I
took
used to
you 5 years to figure that out.
do. Oh yeah, yeah.
5? I find that hard to believe.
You haven't figured it out yet, apparently.
That's because I never studied for tests.
Yeah, we'll
In
start
the
studying one
first
day,
place.
and then you'll reach my level.
I don't need to. I'm done. I'm not going
You
back.
don't seem done. You seem to still care.
About my tests? No.
No, about the future.
Well, yeah. Future isn't done yet. Therefore, there is a reason to care.
Nah.
You
Future
realize
can
it
do
works
whatever-
in both ways, right? You're like, oh, it hasn't happened yet, therefore why care? But then it's
Exactly.
like, well, it hasn't happened yet, therefore you should care. Because then something else could happen that'd be better. Therefore, there is a reason to care.
No, but see, if I just don't care, I don't have to stress about something that hasn't happened yet.
Listen, I believe in living in the moment to an extent.
Exactly.
To an
No,
extent.
I am all in the moment. We are no longer living in the future because this is not the future. This is the present.
Have you fully ascended to nihilism then?
If that's what it sounds like to you, then I guess so.
That you fully ascended to the point where what does anything matter, nothing has meaning, and that
Exactly.
you've accepted this.
I've accepted defeat, that there is nothing to care about with the future because it's unwritten. Anything I do now in the moment impacts the future. Ergo, why stress about something that can be changed?
Because it
happened
can
yet.
be changed.
Exactly, it can be changed.
That's why you should stress.
No.
It works in both ways. Yes, it could be
I'm just gonna
changed
let it happen.
by forces that you can't control, but there's also forces that can't be controlled, and that
See-
if the dice rolled the correct way, you could have easily have done something.
Yeah, but see, me living in the moment is more like letting it happen or whatever. I'm not looking forward to anything. The future is a surprise to me.
So, if I told you that you give me $10 today, I will give you $1 million tomorrow. But if you don't give me $10 today, you will not get $1 million tomorrow.
Okay.
Or the likelihood of you getting $1 million tomorrow is pretty much zero now. Would you give me $10?
Wait, am I guaranteed to get $1 million?
I don't remember how the exercise works entirely,
What?
but yes.
I'm guaranteed $1 million.
Yep. Actually, yes, that is exactly how it works because, well, usually it's a longer time frame, but I'm doing a test here. People discount the future. That's this whole spiel. And so that you can tell them, give me $10 today. Tomorrow, you have $1 million. Usually it's not tomorrow, but it's a determined amount of time into the future. You will get this. However, on the opposite turn, it's like, you don't have to give me $10 and you're not going to get $1 million in the future. Granted, it's not usually that stark of a difference. It's a bit closer. And almost and a majority of young people will say, screw the future and pick the present one. Actually, most people pick the present one because people don't realize the value of the future. And they'll pick the one from the present. And this is the whole...
No. Well, see, the thing is, you pick too little of them out. Me, I simply don't care. $10, boo-hoo. I'd burn it with a match if you asked me to. I'd give you $10 if it meant $1 million.
Can we do that? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. So next time...
burn a match? I cannot light a match on camera. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
What? No, it's not.
To light a $10 bill on fire on camera?
It's completely legal.
I don't think that's legal.
What are they? I'm sure of the other 80 billion probably videos of people burning money on the internet, I'm sure they're going to come after you. Think about that. Think about how many videos of people burning money there are on the internet. Actually, it probably is illegal. Well, it depends. Because you can't deface it.
Yes. In the United States, burning banknotes is prohibited under 18 USC some symbol 333. Mutilation of national bank obligations, which includes any other thing that renders a note unfit to be reissued. Anything that you do that renders it to be usable.
Okay. So not on video. Next time I see you, will you burn a $10 bill for me?
No, it's illegal.
But you said you just would.
No, I'm saying it's compared. I was making a metaphor, an analogy. What do you call it? A hyperbole.
Yes.
Whatever the word I'm looking for is.
Right. I think hyperbole is the best one there. Anyways.
Exaggeration. Yeah.
Well, exaggeration works too. But the exercise, this one, again, is an extreme. It probably doesn't really work. Is to show that people don't value... It's the whole thing about public policy and the reason why pollution is an issue. It's because people 50 years ago said, it's 50 years from now. What's it matter? So they pushed it off.
Exactly.
Now it's 50 years later, and we're like, oh, it's an issue. Actually, what happened was the scientists thought it was going to be 100 years. It turned into 50. And now they're crapping themselves because, like, oh, this happened a lot faster than we were expecting. And now they're having to live with it. And now we have all these debates like, what do we do? And it's like, you should have done something we still have a chance, maybe. We still have somewhat of a chance. We can at least mitigate the disasters that are going to happen. But the point is, you would not. So okay, let's make it more than $10. If I asked you for all the money in your bank account besides enough to get you to your next paycheck.
Okay.
Right? All the money in the world besides what you need to get to your next paycheck. Yeah. And I said that after your next paycheck, I would give you all that money back plus an extra $100,000. Would you do it?
Wait. So I give you the money up until my next paycheck.
You give me the money. You don't have it anymore. It's gone. And then after your next paycheck, I give you $100,000.
Plus that money?
Plus the money you gave me.
And I keep just enough to live for the next week, to the next paycheck.
Whatever your next paycheck is, yes.
I keep that amount to get
Mhm.
by.
Like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like
And
you
then
have
next paycheck.
$0 when your paycheck comes.
Yes. Ideally, that's how it works. So then my next paycheck comes. The minute before the paycheck is deposited, I have $0. And then so then after that money is deposited, I have that money plus the money I gave you plus
Plus
$100,000.
$100,000. Would you do it?
How am I supposed to believe you?
That's the thing. How much do you discount the future?
Oh, because that's what it is. It's like the future is. Do you believe that you would actually pull through and not just take the money and run?
In the activity, you would actually technically get the money, but people have the same thing with you. They're like, well, in exchange, it's like, well, you're just going to give me, say, $100. Screw it. I'll take the $100 today. Or let's say in your case, I'll take 10 grand today. Or I'll just take whatever you have now and double it. Let's just say that. Whatever you have right now and double it. You'd be like, oh yeah, I take a lot of young people anyways. Older people, it gets a little topsy-turvy. Young people, most will say that they'll just take double and call it good. Because they discount the future that much that they're like, I mean, in their case, we're talking like 10 years. In your case, we're talking like a week. And you're discounting to the point where it's like, I don't trust that I'm going to get $100,000 in a week.
Yeah.
So you're discounting
Well,
the future that much.
Do you think you would get $100,000?
In the terms of the experiment, why not?
No, we're not talking about an experiment. We're talking about real life. Like, if someone actually offered you this deal, would you take them up on it?
If you offered it to me, I would take you up on it.
How would you know I was being? You would actually believe that I would give you $100,000?
I'm going to trust you. So
Yeah, but
that
of
I
all
can
the-
convince
of all
you
the
to trust
jokes-
that.
Of all the jokes and things I've said, you'd be
Well,
like,
this is any time I've asked.
BS.
Well, no, think about this way. This is comparable to any time I ask you, hey, let's make a podcast. It's comparable to
Yeah.
when I asked you, hey, can we do the podcast? You're giving me an hour to 2 hours of your time to make a podcast.
Yeah, and I get nothing in return.
In exchange for that in the future, potentially, that you will get that time back. Not time, but money in
I'm
return.
never expecting to get the time back.
Yeah, you can't get the
I'm
time
just
back.
doing it for fun. I don't care if I get the time back or not.
The
It
money?
makes no difference. What?
If you ever get money in return.
Yeah, I don't care if I get reimbursed or
Oh,
not in the
good.
future.
I'll keep that in mind when the dividends start to roll in.
Yeah.
You'll be like me and Kyle. I'll be like, all right, Kyle, you get 48%. I get 51. And Phil, what was that time you said that you don't care? Right, 1%. 1%. And if Will's like, wait a minute, I was there too, you get 0.5% then.
1%. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not fair.
I did stuff. All right, here we are making Will, which comes up to the point of why he's done with this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'd say that was a pretty solid first segment, wouldn't you say?
Oh, is it over?
I mean, unless you have something else you want to share.
No, not really.
Perfect. Then. This was an excellent first segment, and excellent beginning to this, hopefully good podcast. News segment time. The news. All right, I saw this article. Oh God, it's been. I don't remember how much time. Anyways, okay, so this isn't the same article, but it's by the same news outlet, CBS News. So a reliable news source. U.S. farm calls claim he plotted to kill Ukrainian official in an attempt to cover up political corruption. The second part, I really don't give a crap, but this U.S. farmer plotted to kill a Ukrainian official. You gotta hear this story. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So Kurt Kohasels, I don't know how you say that, from Ashley, North Dakota, moved to Ukraine in 2017, and then while he was there, he was like he wants to explore his family heritage, and he wanted to invest in Ukraine's agro-industrial sector. Anyways, he hired this guy named Roman Leshko. Let's call him Checo. Anyways, to manage his farming business. From that day, okay, so on day 4 of hiring Letko, the guy began to withdraw this U.S. guy's working capital and used his seeds on his own lands. All right, so this is just some guy, right? Anyways, at some point, Letko made a giant contribution, $250,000, to the political party led by Vladimir Zelensky, who would later become the current Ukrainian president. Anyways, Vladimir appoints Letko, the guy that the U.S. farmers guy that he hired to help him with the farm. So Vladimir appoints Letko to the country's Ministry of Agriculture, Agrarian Food and Policy. Can you? Okay. And then the guy gets pissed because the government's only going to give him $250,000 because that's the amount of cash that was spent. But he wants $1 million because he used soybeans and corn and use of machinery, blah, 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 blah. The guy gets pissed. The government says, "Do you realize who the hell you're suing? You're suing the Ministry of Agriculture or whatever." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I know who I'm suing." Anyways, he makes this confusing plot. Some person gets poisoned. It gets confusing. Anyways, the guy gets arrested for plotting to kill a Ukrainian official. This guy. I think just the craziest part is, all right, this is the equivalent to your neighbor in your apartment, all right, being appointed to the head of the USDA tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Just some guy, right? You just met this guy, and you asked him to help you with your farm, and then the next thing you know, he's the head of agriculture in the country. Now, apparently, this $250,000 was a bribe, not an actual campaign contribution. At least that's what Kurt, the U.S. farmer, is claiming anyways. His sister is claiming anyways. But the rest of the story doesn't... I don't really care about the rest of the story. I just think it's crazy that just this guy, you just meet this random guy, and he becomes... He's just like, yeah, you're freaking director of agriculture now. For $250,000, may I add. $250,000. Like, what? That's nothing. Right? Like, in U.S. terms, like, $250,000 is not going to get you elected to president of the United States. Maybe governor of Nebraska. But president of the United States? Pfft, no way. Which is crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I guess that kind of reminds me of this Democrat who ran for president. And he dumped so much of his own money into the campaign. And ended up... Oh, it was Bloomberg. He dumped so much money into his campaign, ended up losing, that he could have given each person in the U.S. like $30. With something stupid like that. No, not 30. Sorry. It'd have to be like... No, yeah, $30. That'd be like $3 billion. So, that's pretty cool. Psh. Anyways, what do you think about this story?
To be honest, I kind of don't care.
What? You don't care that it's just this guy gets so pissed off that he decides to murder him?
I mean, it happens all the time.
Great.
Does it affect my life? I don't think so.
I mean, do you think you'd ever get to the point where you wanted to murder somebody? Because so somebody stole $250,000 from
Are
you.
you asking if I've ever considered murdering someone? Is that
Yes,
what
and
you're-
please state your name, social security number, and address into the microphone clearly.
Oh my god.
This is a recording for the U.S. government. Please continue.
No, I've never considered.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. Murder aside, I mean, wouldn't you be pretty pissed if somebody took $250,000 from you?
Who has that kind of money?
A lot of people.
I am not one of them.
Well, I didn't say you were.
I think it'd be better if you compared that to like how much money that is of his savings. Like, let's say this guy was a millionaire, right? He had $1 million to his name. So that's like stealing 25%. So then I could think, okay, what's 25% of how much money I have?
Quickly does math.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. That's a quarter of all the money I own. Just
You're not wanting to share what
gone.
how much you actually make. I love how you just like, well, yep, it's a quarter of how much I have.
Well, that's what I said. That's literally a quarter gone.
Yeah, I know that's.
One George Washington coin gone.
Oh, that's all you have, $1 to your name.
I have a dollar. What do you think I meant? I have $1 to my name. One George Washington coin gone.
Oh, so when I asked you that question, you only had to make $1 stretch the rest of the freaking like week. That was all your money? You were only giving me
Do you want
$1?
my dollar?
Hold on, wait a minute. You were
want
gonna
my
give me
dollar?
$1, and I was gonna give you $100,000 back, and you're like, nah, bro.
Nah. Fam, we good.
I asked you,
fam.
can I have $1, and that I'll give you at least the dollar back.
Nah, fam, we good.
I'll remember to never ask you for a loan. I will remember that. That's a fair point. Did you ever... Neil deGrasse Tyson made a good point about that.
About what?
Oh, where he was like... He said, what's the lowest amount of coin? What's the smallest coin you'd pick up from the street? Penny,
Pick
nickel,
up any coin.
dime. Well, you and I would pick
If
up...
I found a quarter, that's 25% of my savings. I'd take that thing and run.
Right. Well, anyways, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was just like, I don't remember what he said, but I think he said like a dime or something, okay? And he said a dime is like this % of my income, right?
Oh, he said how much he made then.
Well, okay, because it's all part of the thing. He's like, okay, so a dime is...
Well, how much is it? I want to know how much the man made.
I don't know. This was a while ago. Well, anyways, so he's like, this is like a dime or whatever. It was a certain percentage of my income, okay? So he's like, if we equate that out to Bill Gates, right? Because Bill Gates at the time was the richest man in the world. He's now just some plebeian. Nobody cares about him. Anyways.
Plebeian.
Yes. Nobody cares. Bill Gates is poor now. Elon Musk and Bill and Jeff Bezos all the way. Anyways. Oh, and the guy who owns Gucci. Oh no, sorry, Louis Vuitton, not Gucci. That guy. That guy's pretty rich. Arnold, I think is his name.
Yeah,
and then one of the Google owners as well. He's pretty rich right now. Those 4 people. Anyways.
Oh, Larry Page.
I don't... Is it Larry? Let me look here. Richest person in the world. Where's Forbes? Oh, here we go. Here's their live counter. Holy crap. Elon took a hit. He's still rich. Oh, wow. Jeff Bezos is number 3. Yeah, screw you. Anyways. Okay, Bill Gates is richer than I thought. Oh, it is Larry Page. Oh, this is, the Sergey Brin, though. He's also in Google. These two must have, like, Google split by, like, a certain percentage. Anyways. That or Larry's much better at picking stocks than, Brin. Anyways. Oh, Larry Ellison. This guy, I don't even know what the hell this guy even does. He, like, sold some software, and now he's worth $100 billion. He's literally one of the richest people who have ever walked the face of the planet, and all I did was, like, sell, like, some rando piece of software that nobody's ever heard of.
Who?
Larry Ellison. I had never heard of the guy. I don't even know who Stu Ballmer is either, anyways. Larry Ellison, nobody knows who he is. Just some dude. He sold some software and now he's worth like a crap ton of money. Oh, Elon Musk is 50. Anyways, okay.
Oh. So when you use that ratio from...
Yeah, it literally just says software. Like, what? So vague. Oh, wow, a lot of India, France.
Oh, I bet we could calculate it. Okay. So...
Well, anyways, so he was...
0.25 is to X as...
Well, anyways, so he was like, alright, a dime is the smallest amount I pick up or whatever. And he was like, that's this percent of my income. Okay? If Bill Gates had this percent of his income...
Wait, what is his income?
Bill Gates?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to pull it back up.
Pull it up. I want to calculate how much Neil makes according to this and compare it to what Google says.
Okay, Bill Gates is currently worth... Oh, it's his net worth, I think it was. Not actually how much he owns. It was his net worth. Anyways, Bill Gates is currently worth $133.8 billion.
133.8. Alright. And then I need to decide if this is either a quarter or a dime.
Well, anyways, so he was like...
Oh, no. No, he said 50 billion. That's how much wealth 50 billion is. When was this?
This was a long time ago.
Oh, this was in 2018. So then I got to use 50 billion because they say 50 billion.
I told you, this was a long time ago. Anyways, so he was like...
So we're going to compare 50 billion to 45,000.
He's like, how much would be...
And he said a quarter he's picking up every time. And he said a dime if he's not in a hurry. And he said a dime if he's not in a hurry. Bill Gates, he said, I'm too busy. Let someone else get that. So we'll say a dime for him. So if we take 50 billion... 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, anyways, so he does the math and he equates it out to like a stupidly large amount of money sitting on the ground is what Bill Gates would pick up.
Times that by 0.1. Then divide by 45. He has...
How did you find
$111,000.
Okay.
Let's see. Is how much is it? So according to this, Neil deGrasse Tyson has $111,000.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse.
Anyways, long story short, there was a stupid
net.
amount of money that Bill Gates got to pick up off the ground. Like, more than either of us would
Now
probably
this
make.
thing says, okay, well, see, this is his net worth. It says his net worth is $5 million.
Well, I don't know. This was 2018.
His salary is $500,000 a year. $500,000.
to work at
What
the
does he get
Hayden Planetarium?
You work at the planetarium, he gets $500,000.
Good God, I wish I... Well, he also... Maybe it's also royalties and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I guess he also has books and stuff.
I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of other income. He's not poor.
The man's well off.
Yeah, the man is not poor.
The man has money.
The man's got more money than you or I have, so...
We'll ever see in a lifetime.
I don't know
well,
about that.
What, you think you'll see a $500,000 paycheck in your $500,000 in your bank account? As much as I'd like to see that, which I'm just trying to be realistic, I don't think I will. I mean, of course, obviously you can make the statement that no, with that attitude, yeah, you won't, because it's all in the mindset, you know.
I mean, I was talking to my
pretty
investor
sure
today, so...
half your income is 50% mental or whatever, you know.
Anyways,
Whatever you put your mind to.
I mean, I
that's what
was
you can
talking
make.
to my investor today, so...
And did he say something similar
What?
about?
I'm not sharing that.
What?
Not on the podcast.
I'm not saying money. I'm saying did he talk about how your mentality determines how much money you make?
Oh, no. We were just talking about how much money I have.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that.
Well, you said if I'll ever see $500,000. And I'm like, I talked to my investor today.
No, but I started rambling about how it's, you know, I may never see that amount of money.
Bro, if you never see
It's
that
probably
amount of
all
money
men-
in your life, you will never retire and you will die working on batteries.
If I don't have a $500,000, well, I suppose see, that's the thing.
$500,000 is...
That is, see, it's one of those things where it really isn't that much money over 20 years that you plan to retire on.
Yeah.
20, 30 years. Because, you know, if you plan on retiring, your average is what, 65? So
Are you really going to want to live... Do you really want your last 20 or 10 years, let's say, 10 years? Do you really want your
10?
last 10 years nickel
but you
and
need that
diming
money-
to death?
No, you need. That's my point. See, you need, but you need more like 20 to 30. I mean, sure, average life expectancy is 75, but what happens if you live to be 90? You don't want to have to go back to work because you lived longer than you expected.
Right, do you really want to live your last days nickel and diming to death?
Exactly. That's my point. Where it's
literally
like,
nickel and diming to death.
That's my point, though. It's like I said I may never see that money in my life, but $500,000 really isn't that much money over a 20, 30 year span.
It's not that much money over a 10-year span.
Let's see,
$50,000 a year.
That's more money than I could ever spend in a year.
No.
Do you know how much money I spend in a year? Like a fifth.
That's what you currently spend. You don't even know. You don't even know.
I know how much money I spend. I've already lived for a year without my parents.
50,000.
I know how much.
Yeah, but like we're working with pennies and dimes here. We've got the crappiest insurance known to man. Well, you might have the crappiest insurance known to man. I have no idea. But you might have better insurance than me. I have no idea. Point is, anyways, we don't exactly have the most glamorous vehicles. We don't have the most glamorous.
What's your point?
My point is, there's a whole swath of things that you have yet to tap into. That once you have them, you'll be like, damn. I'm never going back.
Yeah, and exactly. So my point is my life right now is practically nickel and diming compared to the future. And I'm not even spending a fifth of that amount in a year because I've already lived a year on my own.
Right. Think about it. Like, think about where you're living.
What's your point?
Well, like,
I think it's nickel and diming compared to the future.
Well, no, okay, so no, you said he's like, I don't even know how to begin to spend $50,000 a year. And I'm like, it's pretty damn
I
easy.
have
First
four
things
fifths of
first,
that.
find a different place to live, drive a
80%.
different vehicle, buy better food, healthier food, have
I
more,
eat
go
healthy.
out more, and plus you gotta think you're not working during this.
Yeah, but I'm
You
also
also
80
have to remember
old.
that
I'm also 80 years old. Do I need all those
you
things?
go traveling.
Does Grandpa really need a Ferrari? I guess no. I shouldn't be called. Does Uncle really need a Ferrari?
Of course, Uncle needs a Ferrari
Why does Uncle need a Ferrari?
so that Uncle can pick up chicks.
Why?
Because Uncle is still single. Because that's why Uncle has money.
But does Uncle care?
Of course, Uncle cares.
Why?
It's booty.
What?
What is this conversation?
That's what I want to know. What are you talking about?
It's booty. That's why Uncle cares. I think it's time for the third segment. Let this one die.
Probably.
Yes. We'll end it at that. Uncle needs booty. Why don't we gotta title that? Uncle needs booty. Well, okay, hold on. Alright, hold on. So, title of the second segment, Uncle Needs Booty. Okay, if my pen will work.
What? What?
Alright, and then, we'll come back to this for, like, what the whole thing will be titled, but, definitely second segment will be Uncle Needs Booty. Third segment time, your comments. Or comment. Ugh. Anyways, let's... Actually, I don't know what videos have comments, what videos don't. So you gotta give me a moment here, ladies and gentlemen, alright? Oh, okay. This video.
Lucid chart.
It has an ad. Oh, that's right. I forgot YouTube. This is not my video. Well, alright, whatever. Anyways, Steve Lee commented, "Great video, mate." And I'm like, oh, thank you. I actually uploaded a better and more up-to-date one. He literally commented on this a day ago. On, Can You See a New Moon at Night? The original.
Oh, yeah?
Which is funny. And then I told him, yeah, we have a new one. He's like, I actually just saw that after I watched the video. And he also subscribed, so thank you, Stephen Lee. And then he commented on the new one, Can You See a New Moon at Night? Funny, I actually just found your old video on this, and then checked your channel and saw you posted the same video today. Great job, mate. Very informative. You answered the question I had in my mind and more. Thank you. Keep up the great work. And I said thank you, and the old video still gets pushed more for some reason. So thank you, Stephen Lee, and welcome to the channel. May you stay here until I die. Anyways, and this gets passed on to Phil, Kyle, and well, I don't know if Will will get it anymore. He seems to have moved. But that's at the end of this segment. Anyways, right. Okay. Next comments. Is that it for the main channel? Yep, that is it for the main channel. Okay, on to the gaming channel. Oh, I guess I don't even need to do that. Just do this. Alright, gaming channel here. Let's switch over to that. So I can see what has comments. Oh, I do have popular uploads. Huh, I just don't have a channel trailer. Or at least, not visible anyways. I thought I did. Or maybe I'll have to make a new one. Remind me to make a new channel trailer for the gaming videos. Hello?
Yeah.
Let's
What?
take... What?
Hmm?
I said to remind me to make a Breaking Ground. This one has... Okay, hold on. Did I... Nope, I did this one. Yes. Yes, okay, so I did do that one already. Alright, let me take a look at this one. Nope, this one doesn't have comments. This one does, though. No, it doesn't, alright. I will find these comments. This one, oh, this was the live stream. Of course it doesn't have comments. This one has comments, though. Infinite Lava, Bedrock Let's Play 13. The Waterball commented, Dripstone would be OP in Skyblock. Yes, it would be. Because making... just lava is a very coveted resource in Skyblock. And if you have an infinite source of it, you would be a god. Although you have to have the iron for it, so... Rusty Gaming commented, that farm is massive. I said, oh, it's just a beginning, and it's my bedrock farm, so it's not that big. And I already expanded it in literally the video I did this week, which... Right? Did I record that? I don't remember. Point is, that might be... No. Yes! I forgot what day it was. Yes, I already recorded Friday's video. I was thinking about recording next week's video. Anyways. Help! Minecraft81. The water bottle commented, 208. Sane for years. I don't remember. What Java Let's Play. Episode 80-something, I'm your... Anyways, the higher we go, the better things get. You know. Did you hear that?
The higher we go, better things get.
Yep. And the water ball's like, I've been saying that for years. Oh man, that's pretty good actually. I love that. Oh my god, that's a great comment. Thank you, water bottle. That is fantastic. Anyways, controversy. Will, bless his heart, has left the channel. Comments, concerns?
Oh, I'm supposed to be concerned?
I don't know. I think we had a phone call about this, and I think you made a good point. I don't remember what those points were. Do you remember what they were?
The bantering.
Oh, yeah, we kind of made fun of him a lot. We bullied him.
We were bullies.
Yes. We still are. What are you talking about? We were just bullying him at the beginning of the podcast.
Well,
don't you remember? I think we were like 2 minutes in, and we were already making. Yes, we were like 5 minutes. We were 5 minutes in, and we're like, "Oh, do we really want to give Will 0.5%?" Well, I don't know. Well, there you go. We're already making fun of
we're
him.
mean.
Oh, we are.
bullies.
I mean, are we like high school girls mean, or are we like...
Excuse me.
What?
Yeah, it's a little far, but
High school...
perhaps not.
So we're not high school girls mean. We're not gonna give him a eating disorder or make... Well, actually, we were gonna give him an eating disorder. Oh my god, we are high school girl mean. Oh no. Oh no, we are high school girl mean. I just realized that. Hello?
What?
We our high school girl meme. We were good. We wanted to make him fat.
Yeah. Your point?
The high school girls literally bully a girl until she gets an eating disorder and kills herself. I mean, I was hoping he wouldn't kill himself, but we did plan to give him an eating disorder.
Then why do we shove him in the oven? Wait, what?
That's completely
said
unrelated.
It is?
Yes! Remember we wanted to make him big and tough? Make him a Chad? Since he's like 6'3"?
We also wanted to throw him in an oven.
But that was for that was for views.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh.
That had nothing to do with him being fat. We could eat him? Is that your idea?
Well, no, you were alluding to the fact that, there something about killing him or whatever.
No, he would kill himself, and I had no intentions of ever wanting him to kill himself, or any intentions of killing him.
Which is why I said you had no intention. Then why did we talk about throwing him in an oven? Wasn't that our intention?
To kill him? No. To put him in an oven? Yeah. Well, no, it was a test of human endurance.
Wait, what?
We're gonna test human endurance. That was the plan. I mean, hey, next January we can do a hypothermia video, and I bet we can convince him to go stand out in the cold for a while without a jacket.
Oh.
You
think so?
Actually, I think here's my thing. If we give him mittens and a stocking cap, how long do you think he could last? Because I don't want to put him out there without mittens and a stocking cap, because I don't want him to literally lose his fingers and ears and stuff. So
I think that'd be kind of funny. He'd be funny looking. Could you imagine?
You want to give him frostbite? I thought throwing him in the oven was bad. You want to give the man frostbite. At least in the oven we could pull him out and slap him and wake him up when he passes out.
We can give him new fingers.
No, wait. Do I look like a surgeon to you?
Wow. I said we.
We. Do you look like a surgeon?
What, do I not?
No. You don't even own a lab coat.
Why do I need a lab coat?
Well, that's what doctors look like.
Oh, please.
You don't even own a pair of scrubs.
Why do I need scrubs?
That's what surgeons wear. That's what you need to wear when you go do surgery. Do you even own a scalpel?
Yeah, of course.
Really? Do you really own a scalpel?
We actually use scalpel blades at work.
Actual scalpel blades?
I mean, it's more like
X-Acto
blade, yeah.
That's not
Wait, what's the difference?
So you looking at my camera, right?
No, I was looking at. No, actually, it is more of an X-Acto blade.
But I mean, look at the camera. See my finger?
Well, I had my phone off.
All right. You see my finger?
Yeah.
Okay. The X-Acto makes a straight line, just zoop like that.
Yeah.
Scalpel's a curve.
Scalpels are curved.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a scalpel?
Oh, now I see.
And then razor blade is just straight.
Well, they don't all have to be curved.
Well, I mean, it depends on the type of scalpel, but I mean, the most generic scalpels that are used, scalpel, I think, number 2, are those curved ones.
Talking about the blade part, right? The blade kind of curves. It almost looks like a knife, like a small knife.
Yes.
Got it.
I mean,
Whereas
that's what
X-Acto comes to a point.
Yes.
I mean, they both kind of come to a point, but a scalpel is like a rounded
Yes.
around. Yeah,
That way you have a cutting surface at
it's
the
like a
tip.
semicircle,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a semi-oval, a semi-oval.
yeah, a semi-ellipse. Because that way you have...
Semi-ellipse.
I don't know if this is actually the intended purpose. I'm sure it is. That way you have a cutting edge at the front as well.
Yeah.
That's where an X-Acto comes to a point in it. Working with an X-Acto is dangerous. That point gets caught on things. But anyways. So yeah, Will is leaving the channel. We are all very sad. I don't
We
know.
are? Okay, I guess we are sad.
Again, this is coming from the guy who wants to give him frostbite. All right, let's just put that out there. Let's put this out there.
We're all very sad.
The guy who said he's not sad is saying he wants to give him frostbite. Let's just put all the facts out there on tape so the U.S. government knows when he shows up to the ER without fingers. I was not liable in that situation. I opted to give him mittens. Anyways, we throw him out there in the cold and we'd see what happens. I was gonna do it. I mean, him and I could still do it since, you know, we're the same height. But then it'd be a test of, you know, body mass.
Oh, this is trash.
Actually, that's a great video idea. If I'm still fat next year, it's a good chance I will be, and
Wait,
he's
you just
still
find yourself
skinny,
as fat?
I have boobs.
Yeah, I try to repress those memories of the summertime pool at our cousins. Thanks for reminding me.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. I have boobs. And and provided I still have those boobs and that Will is still skinny and his girlfriend didn't make him fat.
Oh, is that what they do?
Well, I mean, traditionally people stop taking care of themselves. Not that Will was ever taking care of himself, but traditionally people stop taking care of themselves once they're in a relationship. Traditionally. Some don't. Some continue to work on themselves, which is very good for them. But anyways, so we will see. And then maybe we can convince him that'd be a good video idea. We'll talk about hypothermia. And then also being just an experiment. Who can last longer out in the cold? Me or Will? Provided he's not like 6'4" and just like ripped.
Ripped, yeah.
I don't see that. I don't foresee that happening in a year.
I do.
Oh. All right. In 11 months. In 11 months when the coldest part of the year comes around again. You suspect that Will would be
Just jacked, yeah.
he will embody Ivan. Right? Was that his name or was it Igor?
Igor. No, it's Igor, wasn't it?
Was it well, I don't remember. What were we calling him that night at the casino?
Harold? No, Igor.
It was Igor, yes. Igor. He will embody Igor. Oh, Igor, take care of these pests. Good old Igor. Right. This has been a very good podcast so far, I'd have to say. Anyways, other news about the channel. I had some day ideas. So I'm going to be making those videos here soon. I'm debating on these days, right? So for the longest time, I've been doing days where, you know, I have that piece of paper. You know what I'm talking about when I say a day, right?
Draw and experiment.
Perfect. Anyways, so I was thinking, well, I have the technology now. Why don't I make like a PowerPoint almost and do like and talk over it or whatever, or like,
Yeah.
and like instead of having just a piece of paper that I reveal drawings of, instead I could have computer renderings. It'll just be me in like Paint or Microsoft well, I guess me in PowerPoint, just making little things in PowerPoint. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think I should just do it the way I have been, or should I try and spice it up and use the computer?
Oh, I suppose you could try to spice it up.
Because I mean, I've done handwriting this entire time. I'm just curious if it's time for a change for the days. I mean, we don't do a lot of them. I mean, they're not a very popular series, so it's not like we're offending anybody. Like, oh my god, he's changed it. I don't think people even realize the series exists. So, but it's supposed to be draw and experiment. And I'm not really. I will have to like kind of do some like kind of stuff. And,
Experimenting. You're just kind of just drawing and then designing, but you're not experimenting.
I'm designing an experiment.
Did you?
No,
I thought
not
it was
draw and. It's draw an experiment.
Draw an experiment. Oh.
I wish I could do draw and experiment, but the whole point of the series.
And experiment.
Yes.
Oh, not and.
Yes. If I could do draw and experiment, well, it'd be cool. And I just
thought
make
that's what it was. I thought it was draw and experiment. Because I thought like your very, very first one or something, you actually did do it.
No, we never did. I
never actually did one.
I've never actually done any of the days. The only one I could potentially do is the rocket one.
Yeah. Well, I thought there was some merry-go-round. Not the death merry-go-round, but I thought you had another merry-go-round idea.
We did do a video about merry-go-rounds. We did a whole video on centripetal acceleration.
Yeah.
Ooh, I should do that. Ooh, that's a good video to redo, actually. That's a fun video. I should redo that. I always like centripetal acceleration. That's a fun topic.
Because in the video you didn't do it on the big curve. You did it on a roundabout because you didn't want to drive out to the big curve.
Yes, and now we can really supersize. We get
You
to
gotta
drone.
drive-
Oh, well, no, we can't. Probably too close to the airport.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You know what we do, right? We get mom's car. Oh, I don't know how fast it can go, but we get mom's car, and
Yes, let's wreck your mom's car on the curve.
No, what I'm saying is, mom's car has a sunroof, so we can be driving down. We pull over right before we get on the. We pull over, make an emergency stop, fly the drone outside the sunroof, above the roundabout, get on the roundabout. Do our little maneuver, and then we get off and then pull over somewhere and bring the drone back.
It actually doesn't like to land on vehicles.
It takes off from our hand.
It doesn't like to do that either.
Really?
Yes.
Can we hold a board like a piece of plywood?
The thing is, you have to hold it deftly still, because it knows. It detects that. It's like, hey, this isn't a safe surface to be landing on, or this isn't a safe surface to be taking off from. It knows.
Well, I suppose we could still maneuver it inside the vehicle. And it just can't land, but it's inside the vehicle when we want it to land.
Either way, I mean, we're pretty. After these days get made, we're pretty good out into the future. Once again.
Yeah.
Good job on me. Pat on the back. Been working my butt off to get that pushed out into the future, so we're pretty good on that again, thank God. I hope we don't end up making a video and it doesn't go out till, it gets recorded in July, doesn't go out till... I've got like 2 video that next video... Actually, you know what? We'll push that one even further, actually. I gotta make some corned beef. Oh my god, I better get that one done. Oh, shoot! That one's gonna be tough. Because I don't have a lot of time to get that one done. Because I have to get it done at the end of February, and that takes time. I guess I could start it within like a weekend or so. Or I just don't upload it in time for St. Patrick's Day? And say kind of screw the views on it? What do you think? So I want to make corned beef.
What?
I want to make corned beef. And I'm not talking just like buy one from Walmart. I'm saying get a brisket. My dad will supply it, so we're good there. I still have all the supplies to make cured meat, so we're good on that front. So it literally will cost me nothing. It will just cost me time. Do I try and push to get this thing out before St. Patrick's Day, or do I say kind of screw it and just upload it after St. Patrick's Day and just kind of say screw the views, and that maybe we'll probably get views in the future? Or do you think it's worth trying and push it and get it done before St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like, could we get lightning in a bottle again, like with the pumpkin DIY? Or will I be putting myself through all this stress and work? It'll be damn tasty, but put myself through all this stress and work just to get nowhere. It's the real question. Very real question. Very real concern. And I'm not sure where I want to do that. Anyways, what do you have anything to share about the channel while I think of a fourth topic? Because I kind of forgot. I had one. I can't remember. Please say something so it's not just dead air. I'm sitting here coming up with something, an idea. I had an idea. I don't want to talk about that. I'll talk about that after the podcast. It's a little personal. What was I? Oh my god, I can't think of...
Money?
It wasn't.
Finances?
No. It's nothing like that. Oh god. What was it? Well, did we have an idea last time we wanted to talk about?
Maybe.
Do you remember what it was?
No.
God, I had something good and I forgot. Besides the Ukraine, there was another news article, but I don't remember what it was. I forgot to write it down because I got busy at work. Oh! I remember now!
What?
Fourth segment time. So, pre-COVID, you could hitch a ride on a freight ship. On like a big boat that carries all the shipping containers.
Yeah.
And so, you can do a round trip. Most people don't do the round trip because the round trip is like 40 to 50 days. Most people do like a half and then fly back on a plane. So it's about 20 days. Right? We're talking 20 days. You hop on a boat and you're out at sea, right? It's about $100 to $150 per day, per guest, which honestly is pretty damn good because you don't have to pay for food. You don't have to pay for like gas or like restaurants or like seeing things. Like imagine you go on a normal vacation, right? You got to pay for, let's say you're going to take a plane to California for a week, okay? You got to pay for the airfare, okay? Let's say that's $1,000. This is all pre-COVID money. So $1,000. Fair amount for a round trip to California, I would say. Or let's say actually a better one, Hawaii. Okay? It's $1,000 to get to Hawaii. Fair assumption, right? It's a round trip. Okay? And then you're going to spend a week there. You're not going to pick some cheap hotel. You're going to pick a nice hotel. So we're talking a few $100s a night. Let's say $200 a night. You're going to spend 7 days there. What's 200 times? Okay, we're already talking $2,500, all right? And that is just for your room and your plane fare. That isn't saying all the tourist trap stuff you're going to do. That isn't all 3 meals throughout the day. Let's say it has a free continental breakfast. So breakfast is taken care of pretty much every morning. But that's not your dinners and that's not your lunches. All right? realistically, are you going to spend that much money on that kind of stuff? It's unlikely. Which again, we're not. If you do the 50-day trip, I mean, do you really want to be on a boat for 50 days? I don't know. Maybe you do.
Yeah.
Or maybe you end up doing the 40-day trip. So then it's only $4,000 if you get one that's $100 a day. Okay, $4,000. Yeah. Otherwise, your Hawaii trip is at before food $2,500 before food, and that's only 7 days. So I was like, would you, when you're older, for actually, I guess in this case, if you're doing a let's say, would you do the okay?
What?
Would you be more? All right. Would you go on a trip on an ocean liner for 40, 50 days? Or would you do like the 20-day one?
Oh, 40 days. That's so long.
It is a long time. It's the length of Lent.
I think I'd rather have no concerns or whatever. Like, that'd be like something really fun to do when I'm retired.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're going to do this when you're retired. Not going to do it now.
Yeah.
But would you do it, though? Would you take 20 to 40 days of your life and go sit on a boat?
Do nothing, yeah, and just kind of see the world as you travel around.
Well, you're not really going to see the world. You're going to be out in the middle of the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, fine. So we get 40 days of brilliant. Well, at least possibly 2 new moons of ocean view.
That's what I was thinking. Unfortunately, you can't take any photos because you're on a boat.
That's moving slow.
Not that slow. Think about how.
Oh, okay, fine. So you can't take time lapse. Okay, you can't take time lapse.
Well, no, I mean, okay, think about it now, all right? I take a 5-second exposure. It's already curved.
That's
right?
what I meant. I exposed time lapse. I said time lapse. I meant exposure time.
Yeah, you take a 15-second exposure and you're already getting arcs. Now you're on a boat. Now, if you get an expensive enough mount, I bet you could do it. Because NASA actually has an infrared telescope on a plane.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
No.
Anyways, NASA has an infrared telescope. They're still using it. But I'm assuming once James Webb is here, they probably won't. But they used to take pictures of the solar system. At least that's what the article said.
Yeah.
But I had remembered this telescope from a YouTube video like a couple years back. But anyways, and I was just thinking about taking photos. I'm like, well, freaking NASA uses a massive telescope, infrared. It's infrared. And puts it on a plane, takes photos. So I'm like, okay, if I get whatever kind of mount NASA gets for my camera and put it on this boat, yeah. But yeah, you would get stunning. But like, that's the thing though. You're not like, even if there is a new moon, think about like the week leading up to a new moon and the week after. It's gonna be once the moon sets. And if you do it in the winter, oh my god. Or you do it at a time when the moon sets pretty early in the night still. Think about how awesome that's gonna be. You're out in the middle of nowhere, out just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Would be that's exactly where my mind went. I'm like, the stars would be awesome. Now, granted, on this boat, right, you are kind of a second-rate citizen.
Yeah.
You are not top priority. The crew could care less. However, some ships have a library that you can go and get books and DVDs from. Some have a gym. So take this as a 40 days to get yourself whipped into shape.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be on a seaman's diet, so I don't know how healthy that's going to be. But, I thought about it. I'm like, I would miss the internet, but I'm like, 40 days? That'd be kind of cool, though. Like, bring a laptop with me, do some writing, download every movie I could ever think of onto my laptop. All my TV shows as well. Which, pretty sure I have probably 40 days worth of content, to be honest. The thing is, though, there's not a lot of stuff to do on the boat. That's the thing. It's like, I say I've got 40 days worth of content, but like 8 hours a day, let's say, you watch videos. You're gonna burn through. I mean, maybe not House, because there's 8 seasons of House, and you watch for 8 hours a day. That's, let's say you burn 9 episodes a day. Let's say you burn half a season a day. It's gonna take you half your trip just to watch all of House.
Yeah.
Because there's not, well, no, take that back. There's like 8 or 9 seasons. Let's say 9 seasons. That's 18 days. That's almost half your trip just watching House 8 hours a day, which you won't do 8 hours a day. You'll go for a lap around the ship. You'll go work out. You'll decide to read instead because you'll get bored. So it's like, honestly, I could probably do it. Knowing just thinking about that fact, and then also like, let's look at. I've also got Better Call Saul. Not Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, but I would also get Better Call Saul for it. I've got every Marvel movie, and there's 20 some of those, and they're each 2 hours long. There's 40 hours of content right there. There's 1 week's worth of content right there. So already, just with Marvel movies and House, I've got 30 days worth of content right there.
Yeah.
That honestly, just with that, yeah, I can make it the 40 days easy. Not to mention if I download all the Star Wars movies, and I've got Alf. Alf was pretty short. You can get through a lot of episodes in one day. But I've got Alf. I've got Scooby Doo. I've got 2.5 Men. I could get Big Bang Theory. Honestly, I could fill myself up on content, and I could easily do it. And also, you gotta think like if I go with you, we could play cards, we could play board games. I'm sure they'll have that on board. Now, granted, would you go by yourself, or would you like take me, Kyle, and Will? Would you take Will on a boat for 40 days?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, it's nice and all, but
Will's nice and all. That's if you're only watching for 8 hours a day, though. Which realistically, you're gonna watch more than that. But if you go, well, it all really depends on like if you're going over the equator on this trip. So like it'll be pretty calm seas. It'll be pretty clear, going through the doldrums. You might be able to get like every single night, nice clear nights.
No.
So that's possible. Or you'll get crappy nights every night you're out there, and the whole 40 days you're just stuck inside. That would suck. But I don't know. There'd be just, I mean, you'd probably just spend like a day just sitting out like on a chair, looking at the sea. You know, because you're out in the ocean. I mean, just pondering life, watching the waves crash over as the boat hums through the ocean. I think I could do it. Now that I really like kind of break down the timeline and like what I would need to do to keep myself entertained, I think it'd really depend on who's with me and like how second rate am I with these crew members? I will say though, there isn't a doctor. So like if you get sick or injured, you're kind of SOL. So it isn't like the safest thing in the world. So 40 days without a doctor, yeah, you do it all the time.
Yeah.
But also you don't have a haircut. So
Yeah.
maybe I guess I would probably 40 days. That's how many weeks is that? 28 days is 4. Oh my god, 28 days is 4 weeks. Holy crap. All right, never mind. This is a long time. This is several
Do you not
weeks.
think about that? 28 days is a month.
This is 40 days is a long
Dummy.
time.
You dummy.
40. This is like
That's
this,
like 5 weeks.
this is the
5, 6
minimum
weeks.
too. 40 divided by
half.
7. 5.6 weeks. This is 2 months.
That's what
Holy
you said.
crap. This is like 2 months at sea. Holy crap. That is a
You
long
didn't know what
time.
you're getting into.
Huh?
You obviously didn't know what you're getting into.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. Oh my god. 6 weeks. You were 6 weeks on a boat. Okay. Fair enough. I can handle that. 6 weeks on a boat. Fair enough. Okay. Might go stir crazy, but 6 weeks on a boat. So you said you would do it?
Yeah.
Would you do it by yourself?
I'd consider it.
Would you go with me and Kyle?
I'd prefer to.
Do you think we could convince Kyle to go?
No. Eventually, one day.
One day. Think we could convince Will to go?
Maybe.
I guess he would probably want to go with his girlfriend now because 40 days. Well, 40 days without talking to her. 39 days because one of these times you are going to stop at a port because if you're doing the round trip, you're going to stop at a port. Then you're going to have internet. So, no porn.
Why do you need that for?
I don't know. I'm just pointing that out. How
I
many
didn't
times?
know that. I didn't know that mattered.
I mean, how many times do you wank yourself in 40 days?
0.
I'm not gonna ask. Any further questions on that subject? But Uncle needs his booty. No, I think it'd be honestly. I could do it. It'd be.
Could you? Could you though?
Do what?
Go 40 days on a boat.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I would actually kind of want some rough seas at least once or twice because that'd be kind of fun. Like how often does a container sink in the middle of the freaking ocean? Not very often. So you feel pretty safe. It's like you see those videos of those guys on those crab boats, like taking those waves. That'd be kind of fun. If you don't get sick, you might vomit. You do have a weak stomach. Remember the merry-go-round?
Yeah.
That was the best part. I remember that we're on the thing for like 10 minutes just straight, just spinning it as fast as we can. And we get off, and the first thing is just vomit. And I'm like, bro, and you're like, yeah, I have a weak stomach. I'm like, you didn't tell me that before we spun on the thing for 10 minutes. Oh, man. Was that Easter? That was Easter, right?
Yeah.
Your whole Easter dinner just came right back up.
Lunch, I think. Or was it dinner?
It was lunch. Yeah, because it was... Yes, I think it was lunch.
No.
So the whole lunch came right back up. Oh, man. Good times. Well, anyways, Anything else you want to talk about in these about the boat? What would you do? What would you do? Right? I talked about what I would bring to keep myself entertained. What would you bring?
Some books. Well, I guess they have a library, right?
Well, I mean, there's no guarantee you're going to get the books that you want, though.
Yeah.
It might just be, like, classics and stuff.
Oh. To think about it.
It's a fair question. What do you ask somebody what they can do for 40 days? You know.
Well, what do you do for 40 days?
Well, Lent is coming up. So, if I could take 40 days off, I would certainly try and do something, but I can't, so. But, yeah, that's a good reminder. Lent is coming up, and I'm excited to have some fish and shrimp. So.
Oh, you have to wait till Lent to have fish and shrimp?
Well, no, I had some shrimp the other day, but it's just like, it's expensive. So it's like, normally I wouldn't. But now it's like, I have to, so it's like, why not?
Oh.
Instead of having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'll have some shrimp. Or having a grilled cheese, have some shrimp.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for shrimp. Oh, and I want to go to Memphis. Not Tennessee, Memphis, Nebraska. And get some all-you-can-eat pullock. Fantastic. Pullock is a crappy fish, but I will say the way they cook it, fantastic. So, I want to do that. Anyways, that seafaring ways. Folks, let me know. Would you sit on a boat for 40 days? In the meantime, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcasts every single Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night.